We're eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. It is our desire to coax you into the vortex on whatever the subject is. We have a whole bag of tricks to help you find your way in. But most of all, we want you to know that once you understand these two vibrational aspects of you, you're now going to understand everything that you've ever lived or everything that anybody else is living. In other words, there are no mysteries once you understand the laws of the universe. And the laws of the universe are very simple. Law of attraction says that which is likened to itself is drawn. So in this non-physical vortex, everything vibrational that is likened to your desire has already been assembled. That's why we can look into your vortex of creation and let you know it is absolute that what you want is done. The expanded, evolved version of you is vibrationally completed. But then you say, but Abraham, I'm here in a physical body, in a physical world. I want manifestations around me. And we say, and they will come, but not until you cue yourself up vibrationally and become a match to the precursor of all creation. You've got to bring yourself vibrationally up to speed, and it is our promise to you that the physical trappings will show themselves to you. But there's one thing that we want to say to you. You didn't come for the physical trappings, and we're not trying to talk you out of them. We want you to have them. You came for the exhilaration of coming into alignment with you. You came in this body knowing that contrast would help you to expand. And you knew that once the expansion had taken place, that the sweetest ride of your life would be in the getting up to speed with that expansion. It's not just the getting of the stuff or the landing of the relationship or the deposit into your bank account of the dollars that you're seeking. It's not only the manifestation that is meant to give you those good feelings. It is the emotional alignment that is responsible for the good feelings. And if you can get this thing that we're going to say to you next, your life will be blissful from this point forward. If you can be happy in anticipation of what's coming, you'll be happy forevermore, and everything you want will come quickly. You have to look forward and be happy in anticipation of what's coming. Happy in anticipation of what's coming. Because when you're hopeful, you're on the brink of your vortex. And when you're on the brink of your vortex, it brings you in frequently. And when you get in there, you have full sight. When you get into the vortex, vibrationally speaking, when you are up to speed and in that vortex, that's when you start rendezvousing with the things that really matter. That's when meaningful things start happening. That's when the speed of life picks up. That's when you feel vital and alive and frisky. That's when your feeling of passion comes over you. That's when you begin living exactly as you knew you would when you came. You did not come forth to suffer. You did come forth to sift contrast. But it was your plan to launch the rocket, then turn your attention to the idea in anticipation of the receiving of the desire and ride that joyful wave to its completion. And you knew that there would always be another platform and another set of contrasting experiences and another rocket. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. There is nothing that is off limits. Don't be surprised if we do not encourage very much of your out of the vortex conversation. But we do appreciate and acknowledge the value of some of that out of the vortex conversation. Step one is sifting through contrast. It's when you ask. Step two is source answers. That's this vortex of creation we're talking about. Step three is you got to get in the vortex. That's what the art of allowing is. So, very good unfolding here. So as we're moving forward here today, it is our desire to accomplish a few things with you. We want you to get a whiff of our understanding of the existence of this vibrational reality. And we would like very much if this vibrational reality could become as important to you as it was before you came forth into your physical body. We want you to return to your knowledgeable memory of the whole being that you are. We want you to realize that when life causes you, when someone's rude, you want to be nicer. And the larger part of you becomes that. You become that evolved, expanded, more experienced liver of life through the living of life. So as life causes you to continue to expand, and you pay attention to the way you feel, and most important, you care how you feel, then what begins to happen is you begin to feel your way into the vortex. You begin to feel, you begin to return to this sense of worthiness that is natural to you, to the sense of love that is natural to you, to the sense of thriving in all regards that is natural to you. Who you are is one who, over not just this lifetime, but all that you have lived, you are one who loves. And when you find something, some aspect of your physical time-space reality that is not lovable, and you choose not to love, you condemn or hate or push against, that hatred you feel is your indication of discord, because while you have free will to do it, you are choosing a perspective that the larger part of you does not choose, which means you've stepped out of the vortex. Now, if your inner being, if that God who is truly you would step out of the vortex with you and hate right along with you, you wouldn't feel any discord. Because the discord you feel is your separation. That's really too strong a word, but you're pinching off of the fullness of who you are. So we want you to understand that who you really are stands with us in your vortex of creation, calling you incessantly home. And we want you to know you don't have to croak to do it. You can tune yourself bit by bit into vibrational alignment with all that you have become. You can think, regardless of the condition, a thought that puts you in the vortex, the condition has to change. And you know why? Because the condition, only and ever and always, is a vibrational indicator. The conditions, the reality, whatever they are, the money, the relationships, the bodily conditions, every condition is a manifestational indicator of vibration. And when you can disregard the reality, when you can disregard those indicators by directing your thoughts to things that cause you to feel good, by directing your thoughts to things that align you with the source that is really you, by directing your thoughts to the whole of who you are, to the solution rather than the problem, to the answer rather than the question, when you think regardless of the condition, you're living unconditional love, you go into the vortex, and then what happens is your condition has to change, because remember, it was an indicator of your vibration. And when you're in the vortex, your vibration matches your desire, not what's gone wrong. Your vibration matches the solution, no longer the problem. Your vibration matches the answer, no longer the question. You see how it works? So it's rather easy to be here in your physical body and to get yourself vibrationally separated. That's really too strong a word, but pinched off from the fullness of who you really are. Your emotions let you know how you're doing in that regard. Your emotions let you know in every moment that you are consciously aware of the vibrational relationship between the non-physical source energy part of you and the thought that you are thinking right here in this moment. So here's how it works, and we're just briefly going to give this to you. We want this to be something that you significantly understand, and all day long we'll bring you back to this realization, because an acceptance of the reality of the whole that is you is necessary before you can be the joyous, creative being that you have come forth to be. So before you came into this physical body, you were non-physical energy, and a part of that consciousness came forth into the personality that you know as you. So here you are in this body, you that you know as you and you that others know as you, and you are exploring the variety of this leading edge time-space reality, this leading edge, magnificently balanced, contrasting environment where by knowing what you don't want, you can come to clearer preferences about what you do want. And every time that preference is made, whether you speak it out loud or not, much more is happening that is happening on a nonverbal level than at verbal level. Hard to believe as much as you are talking to one another. But much more is happening vibrationally. So this rocket of desire is shooting forth from you all day, every day, rocket after rocket after rocket of what would be better, what would be an improved situation. Not just for you, magnificent humans, genius creators out here on the leading edge, but even the one-celled organisms, even that which is what you call dirt or rock or beast or flower. Everything that is consciousness is having exposure to environment, and everything that is consciousness, which is everything, is sending forth rockets of desire, rockets of improvement. That's why the evolution of all species occurs. So as this rocket of desire goes forth, the non-physical part of you, or the one-celled organism, or the rock, or the flower, or the beast, the non-physical part of you takes that rocket and holds the newly found preference, the newly found place, and holds it as a vibrational marker, waiting for you to vibrationally catch up to it. That's where your emotions come in. When life is giving you the experience of not enough of something you want, not enough money, for example, you're asking for more. In fact, we've been watching you. You're asking and asking and asking and asking and asking and asking and asking. And there is a veritable fortune amassed for you, vibrationally speaking, in what we are calling this vortex of creation. This is a vibrational reality that precedes all things that you call your manifested reality. Sometimes our physical friends are annoyed as we wave arms around and describe this vortex of creation, this vibrational reality. They just say, "Show me the money, Abraham." I want to believe you that airy-fairy stuff is real, but what I really want is the tangible evidence. And we want you to understand that once you've launched the rocket and once the source within you has acknowledged it and is holding to it, that there is a vibrational reality that is valuable. It's an escrow that you can count on, but you have to be a vibrational match to what you're asking for. And often, even though you want to be, you're not. You beat the drum of not enough money, and as you do, you're asking for more and asking for more, because whenever there's not enough, you are asking for more. And so Source is tending to and holding this fortune. And here's the thing that we really want you to understand. In this vortex of creation, where the larger part of you dwells, where law of attraction is assembling all cooperative components, that is the key reference for you to take away from this gathering. All cooperative components have already been assembled for the manifesting of all things that you are asking for. But the question that we want you to become aware of as you are here in this workshop today, we want you to ask yourself, am I in my physical form a cooperative component? And the answer is often you're the only uncooperative component, because you're still beating the drum of I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough. And you know why that is? Because your awareness of your reality has your nearly undivided attention. You're so busy looking at what is that you've forgotten that what is was only and is only and will only ever be the bouncing off place for this vortex of creation where all things are happening. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. It is exhilarating to come together with the likes of you who are out here exploring the contrast. It is our desire to impart to you our appreciation of your important part, and to shine a bright light on what you've managed to create, which is present tense for us and only slightly future tense for you. It has been satisfying to feel you resonating with the vibrational concepts of the vortex. And it is pleasing to us that you are more awakened to your individual awareness of your proximity to who you really are. If you heard nothing from us at all, like you've heard today, but if you had heard from your grandmother that it's always best to think thoughts that please you, you would still know everything that is important to you. We make too much of this, really we do. but mostly as we try to figure out all that stuff that's outside the vortex. Because when you get into vibrational alignment,